Hi everyone. I know this looks like a total mess. A lot of fabric here. I'm about to start a new project. And I'm just trying to figure out what fabrics I'm going to use. So I'm thinking of doing a vase, a collage with a vase and all flowers. And first I'm going to start creating the background. So the template for it, or the panel, I should say. So what I'm going to do with the panel is I'm going to look through and get all my checkered ones, stripes or checkered like this. Maybe not that one. I think I want to do reds and pinks. So I'm going to be getting stripes and checks. And then I might even put some characters or animals in the back, because I love rabbits and some strawberries maybe. And I'll probably use some lace, which I'll show you later. I have in these boxes here. And I'm going to fuse it on with this, which I'll show you the steps. Yeah, and I like Peter Rabbit, might use him. And then I'll probably be using the bigger prints. So the smaller prints for the actual vase, and the bigger prints maybe for the actual flowers that are coming out of the vase. But I've also got, this is what I got out of my children's history book, the Grecian vase. And I might use that as a template, but I'm going to cut the handles off. I don't want those. And yeah, and we'll see how we go. So I've ironed what I want to use for now for the background. So I actually decided I'm going to use all these checkered ones that I've ironed. And I'm actually going to make a bit of a patch quilt. Just cut it into 4-inch or 5-inch squares. And I might use this for the back of the vase, I don't know yet. And then join it all into one whole piece and then work from there. So I decided to cut 2 of these for the background of the vase. I'm actually going to make a quilt. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do maybe 2 or 3 vases. I'll see how I go. Haven't planned anything. I'll just see how I go. And I've got the fusible here, which that's what will fit 2 vases on there. And now I just got to cut all my fabric that I'm going to use. Probably the little small prints, as you can see there. And start sticking them on here on the fusible, and then transfer it. Cut the shape out in a vase and then transfer it on this. And this is all trial and error for me. I haven't done this before. I'm just trying to figure out where I want my pieces. I probably shouldn't even cut them. But I'm just putting them all to cover this fusible. And then I'll cut them out to place on the vase. This is just for one of the vases. And then I'm going to use these ones, these fabrics, the lighter ones for the other vase. So these are the 2 pieces that I've infused the fabric on. Who knows, I might need more. I'm just going to start cutting little pieces. And I'm going to put them on the vase. Well, this is my template, but I'm probably going to not put it on that paper. Or maybe it might draw it finely on my fabric. I'll see, and then cut it out. So what I've done is I traced the template, the vase, on baking paper. And then I'm just going to randomly cut all the pieces from my first darker shade fabric that I've done, infused on. And I'm just cutting them, and then I'll just continue on cutting. I might start sticking some on actually, because I want to get the shapes. So say I put this one, let's start with this one. Maybe we can put that one there. You want to try and get it as even as you can. It sticks on, but not too much like it would on fabric. But it sticks on enough. Tricky. There we go. I am going to cut around there anyway. I might just probably stick on better on the fabric. Might put that one there. It's not, it doesn't stick on as well. You just have to be very careful with it. But once the fabric gets down and then you stick it on top of the fabric, then it's more stable. So far I've done this. I'm just randomly placing them. So I'm just trying to fill in these little gaps now. And there you have it. I'm just going to take it to the ironing board and iron it and see how we go next. So here we are. I've just transferred it very gently from the paper. I ironed it a little bit because the pieces were a little bit falling apart, just some. So I lifted it very gently and transferred it on this backing. And now I'm going to properly iron it with steam. This has got the fusion paper. That piece, I'm not sure, there's a little piece there. I'll just have to fix it up. So that's that for now. Now I'll work on the second vase. And here is my pink vase. I think I should have used a darker fabric in the back, like a red check. See, this one stands out more because of the light pink check. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around blanket stitch, maybe with a darker pink or something, and bring it out. And then I'm going to embellish them with laces and stitch over them. So I've completed the stitches here, and I've done a whipped back stitch here. Over here I've done a small cross stitch, then a larger cross stitch there, and here I've done a fern stitch going across there and a bit here. Here I did a bit of a satin stitch right there. I did some lazy daisies and then some French knots in the middle, and here I've done a back stitch, and then I've done some little French knots. Yeah, and then I just did some straight stitch here, just plain straight stitch, and over here I did a fishbone leaves. And now I'm going to start working on my next vase, which I'll make a different video of that for that one. I'll probably add some embellishments on that one and make it a bit different. So stay tuned for the next video.